What's up, YouTube? This is the Brooklyn Bounce channel. I'm here with chapter 14 of the book Anthony's Boy, The Prince of Bath Avenue. The true story of former Bonanno family hitman Joey Calco. Written by Richard Stanley Kagan. So again, this is chapter 14. Robbing a Don. One day I get a call from Paulie Galino. He needs to see me on Bath Avenue. Paulie tells me that Anthony Spiro's daughter's house was just burglarized last night. While she was in the house sleeping, some crackhead climbed through the window and stole all her jewelry. Anthony is very upset about this and asks Paulie to find out who did this. So Paulie calls all of us to the neighborhood and tells us the whole story. He says we need to find out who did this and where the jewelry is. Paulie is very excited that Anthony has asked him to find out who did the burglary because this would score a lot of brownie points with Anthony. So now we are on the hunt, asking questions around the neighborhood to anybody who knows anything about the break-in. Me and Tommy Reynolds teamed up. Paulie Galino and Jimmy Calandra are also together. We are looking in all the drug spots and asking all the crackheads if anybody wants to sell jewelry. Paulie gets a call from his friend who sells drugs that there is a crackhead there that wants to sell jewelry that he stole from a house. Among this jewelry is a diamond ring that is distinctive and is the ring among this jewelry is a diamond ring that is distinctive and is the ring stolen from Anthony Spiro's daughter. Sorry about that. This ring is very expensive. I mean about $120,000 expensive. So Paulie and Jimmy go to meet the crackhead who has now been set up by the drug dealer. They start to negotiate a price for the ring. When the guy pulls out the ring to show them, Paulie snatches it out of his hand. The crackhead starts to argue with Paulie, and he tries to take the ring back. But Paulie takes out a gun and starts shooting the crackhead until he's dead. Now Paulie calls me to tell me to tell me that he had gotten the ring back and the crackhead is dead. Joe Bonanno comes to meet us on Bath Avenue and take the ring back and give it to Anthony and let him know what had happened and who was involved. Anthony was very happy to get the ring back and so was his daughter, but the crackhead was not so happy with 7 bullets in him. But that is the way the ball and bullets bounce in the neighborhood of Brooklyn, where you live and you die in a heartbeat. You learn that if you step on the wrong toes, you're dead. No one steals from the mafia, especially not Anthony Spiro, because if you do, then you're a dead man for sure. Every time someone F's with Anthony Spiro, he is dead or they go missing. This guy wasn't the first or last to get killed by Anthony Spiro or by us, the Bath Avenue boys. Now that Paulie took care of this matter for Anthony, he is moving up in the family again. That being the case, he is now plotting to get revenge on the 20th Avenue boys for the killing of Frankie Chestnut. He calls the Bath Avenue boys together at his house to talk about getting back at those guys. He also recruits Mike DeRosa and Messy Marvin from the Lucchese family, who are with George Conti. So Paulie is recruiting guys from another family to hunt guys down, and this is not looking good because you're not supposed to do this without permission. You got to keep everything inside your own family unless the boss gives you permission to go outside and recruit from another family. I talked to Paulie about this breaking of the family rules, and he tells me it'll be okay. I know that this is not true, and if Joe Bonanti or Anthony finds out about this, Paulie will get killed. But he doesn't listen to me, and he goes ahead with his plan, even though he doesn't think about anything or about anybody but himself. One night, me and the boys saddle up in two cars. Me and Fabrizio, Mikey Emmy, and Gonzalez are in one car. Tommy Reynolds, Mike DeRosa, Messy Marvin, and Jimmy Calendar are in the other car. We drive to 20th Avenue looking for one of the guys who was involved in Frankie's murder. We see Little Dino, who was one of the guys who got shot when OJ was killed by Paulie Galino. While me and the boys are on this mission, Paulie is at home watching television. I don't like the deal that we are out in the street for Paulie, risking our lives, and he is home taking it easy, pulling his chain. I pull up to the corner of 20th Avenue where little Dino is standing. I pull out my Mac 10 machine gun, but he sees it before I start to shoot, and he runs away through the schoolyard around the corner of 20th Avenue. At this time, Tommy and the other guys with him are driving down the block and see Little Dino running through the schoolyards as they start shooting at him also. Dino pulls out a gun and starts shooting back at them and hits their car many times. Mike DeRosa starts screaming like a little girl and yells that he has been hit. Tommy drives off and Dino gets away. We drive back to Paulie's house and tell Paulie everything that happened. Mike DeRosa and Messy Marvin go their own way, and we stay with Paulie and talk about how Little Dino got away from us and all the details of the shooting. We are also making fun of Mike DeRosa for screaming like a little girl, and that Paulie had to be there to see it because it was so comical. But now the problem is we started a war with the 20th Avenue boys when we were ordered by Anthony Sparrow not to do that anymore. We know that when you get an order from the boss, you're supposed to obey it, or else you're dead meat for the vultures to eat. So now Paulie, me, Jimmy, and Tommy go to see Joe Bonanti and tell him the story about the 20th Avenue boys. So now Paulie, me, Jimmy, and Tommy go to see Joe Bonanti, and we tell him the story about how the 20th Avenue boys started shooting at us first. But Joe is very angry with Paulie and starts to argue with him. Paulie argues back and walks off to see Anthony Sparrow at his club on Bath Avenue. Paulie sees Anthony, but he does not want to talk to Paulie because it is not protocol for an associate to go and talk to the boss. The boss doesn't even want to hear what Paulie has to say. Paulie gets really upset with Anthony and shoves him. Me and the boys and Joe Bonanno are watching this happen right in front of our faces. I look at Tommy, Tommy looks at me. I say to him that we're all dead now for sure. Paulie walks off and we follow along. We go to Paulie's house. Paulie calls George Conti and Jimmy Gallione and wants to see them. He's looking to jump fences with the Lucchese family because Anthony is not helping him with his problem. But the truth is that Anthony has helped Paulie before and gave him an order not to start anything with the 20th Avenue boys. But Paulie didn't listen to him and started a war again. Plus, he put his hands on Anthony Sparrow, and you don't do this. And and to do this, you have to have a death wish, and now the boss has to kill him for sure. And maybe all of us, because we're all in this together, in everything we do, no matter how stupid it is. This can be the last straw for the Bath Avenue boys. We can all be killed for what Paulie just did. And even if George Conti talks to Paulie, even if George Conti takes Paulie with him, this doesn't stop Paulie from getting killed by Anthony. You never touch a made man or you're dead. That's the rule and the law of the mafia. This is a capital offense and you will lose your head or at least get a few bullets inserted in it, and that ain't too good. Paulie's now marked for death and nobody can save him. This is his third and final mistake. Georgie Conti and us can't save him. Nobody can. Georgie is just trying to take Paulie's business and then kill him, and then all of us. It's as clear as a gun muzzle stuck to your face. Paulie doesn't see this, but I do. Now Paulie gives me a paper with 2 addresses on it, tells me and Tommy to steal 2 cars and park them at these 2 addresses on Staten Island. When I look at the address, I see that they are Joe Bonanno and Anthony Sparrow's address. He wants us to kill Anthony and Joe for him. I look at him and I tell him, has he lost his mind? He's going to get us killed. But Paulie tells Tommy Reynolds and me that if we don't do what he says, he's going to kill us both right then and there. I see it in his eyes. He means it, and I know that right then and there it's either him or us. And I know that I'm not going down without one hell of a fight, and neither is Tommy. Paulie is completely out of control and out of his mind. Tommy and me drive off and we look at each other. I have the paper and the address still in my hand. We talk and come to the conclusion that if we go with Paulie's plan, we are all dead. We are all dead men, and plus our families are in danger. This is no longer a game in our minds like we used to play as kids when we killed people. You just can't go and kill the boss of a mob family like this, like John Gotti did to Big Paul Castellano. In the end, that didn't turn out so well for John Gotti. The bottom line is that Paulie Galino has gone crazy, and his craziness is going to kill all of us, and we can't let that happen if we can help it. Tommy and me go to see Joe Bonanno the next day. We bring him the paper. We bring the paper with us that has 2 addresses on it. We tell him Paulie's plan to kill Anthony Sparrow and him. I tell him I can't go along with this plan because I know Anthony Sparrow sent him a baby, and that I am with the Bonanno family and not with the Lucchese family. And I don't just jump fences. Joe goes Joe goes off to talk with Anthony about Paulie's plan. In the afternoon, Joe contacts me and Tommy and tells us that Paulie Galino has to be killed, and Anthony Sparrow has ordered us to kill him. The plot thickens, as does the stew we are in. We just got an order to kill not just one of the crew, but the boss of the crew from the boss of the Bonanno family. We are now in the hot pot on the hot seat of the hottest burner ever on the stove. Paulie has made many mistakes which have put our lives in danger, and now his time has come. There are many ways to kill a person. The kindest way to kill him when he least expects it is when he least expects it, is not waiting for his life to end with a bullet to his head. Fast and quick is the best way. Tommy says that he will kill Paulie for me because he sees I am very upset with this whole situation, so me and Tommy plan to hit on Paulie. We decide to get him at his home this weekend because the house will be empty. We set up the meet for the kill, and Tommy and me drive to his house. On the way over, Tommy says that he can't kill Paulie and that he starts to cry like a baby because Paulie is a good friend of ours. But then again, if he does not go away, we will all be killed. And I tell Tommy not to worry about it, that I will take care of it. We stop in front of the house and go inside. Paulie opens the door with a gun in his hand. He's not stupid. He knows that he screwed up big time and is now worried for his life. He talks with us about getting away for a while until things cool down in the neighborhood, and then he will come back. But we know that his time is up, and that the Grim Reaper has come a knocking and has to be paid with Paulie's life. We are watching TV and waiting for Paulie to get ready so that we can go get some lunch. I asked Paulie to get me something to drink. Me and Paulie go to the kitchen together to get something out of the refrigerator. Paulie has left his gun on the sofa with Tommy. I follow him into the kitchen and I pull out my gun and shoot him in the head. Paulie falls on the floor. I put my gun to his head and shoot him one more time to make sure he feels no pain. That's it. Paulie is gone. Tommy and me walk out of the house and go to Staten Island to see Joe Benanti and tell him that we filled the contract and Paulie is gone. Joe starts to make plans about Paulie's affairs out on the street. Paulie had a profitable business, and now Joe is taking control of it all. Joe put me at the top of the Bath Avenue crew and tells me to find out all of the businesses that Paulie had and to report back to him. So me and Tommy go tell everybody that Paulie is no longer in charge of the business anymore, and that he is gone and won't be back again. And that now I am in charge of all the Bath Avenue boys' business. We have a few problems with a couple of guys that were loyal to Paulie. We tell them that if they want to be with Paulie again, we can arrange that with no problem. If they want to do business as usual, then they will have no fear, and we will keep on protecting them as usual. With Paulie gone, I am on top, and Tommy and me run around getting new guys from the hood and making them part of our crew. We are starting a new drug business and shaking down drug dealers all over the place. We are making big money now, and our protection money from the deal is $15,000 a week. Paulie's take was no way near. Paulie's take was nowhere near these numbers. Tommy and me are like two wolves two wolves hungry for money and fame. We had one guy who was giving us a problem. His name was Mike Yaman. He was a drug dealer from the neighborhood. I tell him that his business belonged to Paulie and now it belongs to us, but he doesn't want to give it up. So he contacts George Conti, and George Conti contacts me and asks me to let Mikey go. I say no, Mikey belongs to us and the Bonanno family. Georgie goes and talks to Joe Bonanno about Mikey, and Joe sides with Georgie and gives Mikey up. This I do not like, and I am very upset about Joe's decision because this makes us look weak, and this is the wrong move. I tell Joe that Mikey should have been killed along with Paulie because Mikey was Paulie's right-hand man when Paulie was around. To let him go with George puts us in danger and makes us look weak in the neighborhood. I don't like the move that Joe is making on behalf of the Bath Avenue crew for now, but I must listen to my higher-ups and have respect for them and accept Joe's decision because I don't want to end up like Paulie. You never know when a friend of yours is ready to fill a contract on your life. Today's best friend could be tomorrow's worst enemy. Life is good. We have respect from everybody in the neighborhood. Tommy and me are making a big move now with the Colombians and the cocaine drug cartels in Bogota, Colombia. We are hooked up with a Colombian drug dealer from Queens, New York. These guys are major players in the drug business, and we are playing ball with the big boys now. We get introduced by Tommy Reynolds' father to the Colombian drug cartels and start doing business with them. This is where the big money is in this game. At first, they give us 2 kilos of cocaine to see if I can be responsible and if I am a man of my word. I take the 2 kilos on the arm and I pay them back in 3 days instead of the week that they gave me. This is to show them that I am the real deal. Now we are in real business. The Colombian dope man is giving us the cocaine daily, and we are supplying the neighborhood, making lots of money for ourselves and for the family. Life has never been so good to us. We are selling cocaine to all the 5 families in New York City. We have become a major player in a short time. In just a short time. We are making big money. My salary alone is $10,000 a week, and is tax-free just from the neighborhood drug deals and protection from the street, and without the 3 kilos protection from the street and without the kilos from the Colombian drug deals. All is well. I bought a house on Staten Island and 2 cars. Me and Tommy go to the Atlantic City casinos every week. We get a suite and hang out with all the women we could find, and it's not too hard to find them. We feel like we're living the life of Al Pacino's movie Scarface. It is unreal because this is very, very, very real. It's amazing what money can do. It's amazing what money can do to change your life for the better. Money is the real life changer. You just can't live without it. Back in the neighborhood, I opened up my own social club for the Bath Avenue boys to hang out in. We have a poker table and a blackjack and a roulette wheel. It is located on 86th Street and 17th Avenue, right in the heart of Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. All the gangsters would come and spend time at the club and spend money, especially spend big money gambling. I had a professional table at my place and professional dealers. But all good things come to an end in this life. And you have to be real lucky to have a long life and not spend it in jail or in an early grave. Tommy and me are doing big things now, and Tommy, T.G. Grazio, is very impressed with us and wants us to come to Staten Island more often and spend time at his club. Seeing that we now have a business in Brooklyn, we can't get out there as much as we can't get out there that much, but we can meet there every Thursday at TG Strip Club and have dinner with him. That's it for chapter 14. Rest in peace, Paul Galino, Paulie G. Let's see, chapter 15, probably tomorrow. Chapter 15 is Chapter 15 is a small chapter. It's only 7 pages long. If I don't do chapter 15 tonight, I'll probably do it tomorrow morning. But anyway, that was chapter 14. Please like, subscribe, share, help me grow my channel. If you have any comments, you can leave them below. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you later. Bye.